How you doing, family? Welcome to another episode of Bantu Tesla. Now, today I want to talk with you about some remarkable things that have happened in the stock market as it relates to Tesla. I also want to talk with you about some of the confirmations of the things that I've told you in the past about the stock. And I also want to do a verbal video of the increase in the sudden increase that happened just today. Today is, we crossed into the 20th, but I believe today is the 20th of November, and maybe the 21st. I got to double check the date on this. I'm pretty sure it's the 21st. Okay, yeah, we crossed into the 20th as of now, but this happened on the 19th. 19th was a really great day. And I want to talk with you verbally about Tesla being brought into. I have the list here, being going into the S&P 500. That's a major accomplishment. It's an accomplishment. I wouldn't say major necessarily, but it's major with respects to Tesla because of the size of Tesla. That's what makes it an issue. Okay. The other thing I want to talk with you about is Morgan Stanley's. They increased the price on Tesla. We're going to talk about that. All right, it increased the price from $320 to $540. Almost doubled its top price for recommendation for Tesla stock top price. Okay, that's going to make the stock go through the roof again. Another raise in the price. Full self-driving. Elon Musk announced today. All this happened today. That the autopilot launch has been going very well, and if it continues to go at the pace that it's going, that instead of them releasing the full self-driving package to a larger tranche of drivers, they're going to do that in like the second week of December, which is 2 weeks earlier than they originally planned to do it. That's going to make the stock price go up. Okay. Another little side note is the GM CEO sold half of her stock. It's the CEO of General Motors. Sold half of 2 million stocks. She sold over 1 million shares of her GM stock. That's half. When something like that happens, that's not a good sign for the company. The CEO is jumping ship. That's basically what that is. You can color that up any way you want to, but that's the way it looks, and I'm going on face value the way it looks. Woman wouldn't sell that many shares of a stock in a GM. This is major. See, I want you to learn, and when you're a stock investor, whether long-term or a trader, which is short-term, you have to. I want you to learn to identify patterns, identify markers, indicators, things that let you know the direction that the company is moving in, so you can. And once you get good at this, you'll know whether you want to start pulling your money out of a particular stock. You know, if you see things like this going on. As another example of that Trevor Milton nonsense with that Nikola company, which is a complete and total scam, and GM is joined up with him. So right there, that's another indicator about GM. When you see GM partner up with a scam artist, that's one, either a sign of desperation, or two, a sign they know they're going down and they're just gonna try to partner up and bring up as much hype of what they call air burgers or gas up the company in order to try to make it look bigger and more together than it really is. Okay? Because Tesla's putting fire to all of their behinds. Okay? The next thing on the list here, we got Warren Buffett. Now, this is just a pure loose rumor. There is no real basis in fact at all. I almost don't even want to bring it up. But I don't want it to happen and I not let you be aware of it. Okay? Warren Buffett of Berkshire Hathaway, which is a multi-billion-dollar firm that's been around forever. Their stock at one point was their A stock. They have an A listed stock and they have a B listed stock. Their B listed stock now, I believe, is about $400 a share. Their A listed stock is over $32,000 a share. I'm telling you that. So I want you to be comfortable and I want you to be. I don't want you to be shocked. When Tesla went up to $2,500 a share, a car maker, automaker, never happened, and they're right about that. Automaker stocks don't go up that high. Tesla is not just an automaker. I did videos for you in the past about that. Tesla is 8 different startup companies all at once. They're doing 8 different things all at once. And every time they add something, I'm throwing this in as a bonus. They brought Tesla, created something called Tequila. Tesla has its own tequila liquor. Another something that's going to bring money into the company. It's just, folks, this is what I'm telling you about Tesla. You cannot look at it as like any other company. Because if you do it, you're gonna miss something, and long as you're invested in the company, it doesn't matter. All I'm doing is making you aware of all the really exciting and extraordinary things that Tesla is doing, groundbreaking, mind-boggling things that they're doing that no other. That's why you know it's not an automaker. Automakers don't do that. Tesla finally started delivering their Tesla shorts, which are red shorts that say Tesla on the back. I have a pair of them that got them in, and I'll show that to you in the next movie. I'll go ahead and let me go ahead and get it for you because you guys, you deserve it. Hold on. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that this is the Tesla short box. This is what it looks like. Okay, this is the box that it comes in. I ordered this, not that I really give a damn about Tesla shorts, but this is, I do this just to show you how when you see something that's unique and a one-of-a-kind thing, you want to try to buy that, and hold on to it. And I kept it in its original box. Okay, it's got a lot of gold print and stuff on it, very pretty, well, really beautifully wrapped, first class package all the way, okay. And just Tesla, the quality of what Tesla puts out. And if you listen to Elon, he says what he means and he means what he says. Okay? When he tells you he's going to do something and he tells you he wants it to be high quality, that means everything he does has got to be high quality. Yes, the cars are going to have flaws in it because it's brand new. Something as complex as a car is always going to have some kind of little flaws and stuff with it, right? When a car is as complex as this car is, and all car makers have problems with paint in the beginning when they first start manufacturing their cars, and Tesla's no different. They're going through the growing pains and whatnot. So here's what the shorts look like. I'm just going to give you a quick glance at them just to let you know we do have a pair here at Bantu Tesla. All right, we have the pair of these shorts, and on the back it says sexy. Right, it has the the Model 3 with the X and the Y. All right, the S, the 3, the X, and the Y. So that spells sexy. Okay, and on the, I think on the front they have a little logo somewhere. Yeah, yeah, on the front they have like a little logo right here, you know, right there. Okay, and I would never wear these. I have no intention on wearing something like this, but I thought it was a great collector's item, and I wanted to show you that these are the kind of things you want to try to grab and just keep it in your collection, and hold on to it for about 10 or 15 years. Leave it in its original box like I'm doing. I just barely broke the seal just so you could see it. All right, but I just want to basically leave it in its box, in its original wrapping, because if you know, this later on is going to be a collector's item. See, like coins, people collect coins. Well, this is one of the things you want to collect, because maybe at some point they're going to stop making this because it's just a novelty. Elon only made this as a dig, to get a dig into the Tesla short sellers. These are people who buy the stock and hold on to it at a higher price, and so when the stock goes down, they're betting that the stock is going to fail. So when people who buy shorts buy a stock short, they're betting that the stock is going to fail. Okay, they're betting that the stock is going to fail, and so this was Elon's way of telling you guys, screw you guys. You know, you thought you were going to make money on it. I'm going to make money on shorts, okay, in your name. And that's why he did this little novelty thing. And I thought it was cute and worth bringing to your point in terms of learning how to pick up on something that you can buy. And it, you know, these things weren't cheap. They were $65 for the little jive piece of shorts right there. They were really jive, but the packaging and everything is fancy, and $65 sound like a lot of money now, but I'm sure many of you pay more than that for a pair of jeans, you know. But if this could be a one-off, if they stop making it, you won't be able to get it anymore. So that $65 now may become $6,500 in 10 years. Again, long-term investing. These are the kind of things that I look at and I hold on to them, and normally they do blow up. I don't know, I just developed a knack for this. From just doing things and studying this whole process of investing, and this is one of the things that I picked up on. Okay, so now let's get back to the to this slide here, the agenda. Okay, so now I mentioned that thing about Berkshire Hathaway. The reason I mentioned that is because if Berkshire Hathaway starts to buy the stock, and they buy millions of shares of stocks, they don't play around. They spend millions and billions of dollars on stocks. When they buy big. And if you add up the S&P inclusion this month, on the announcement of the S&P inclusion, which is what I'm gonna go back and talk about in a minute, is going to be a big deal. But when you combine that with the Warren Buffett purchase, these are all things that are happening all at once, and it's going to cause the stock to go up. And as we speak, just on the announcement, the double announcement of Tesla being included into the S&P 500, and Morgan Stanley just yesterday announcing that they're increasing their price target on Tesla from $320 or $340 all the way up to $540. Okay, as of close of business today, Thursday, November 19th, Tesla stock went from $420, which has been bobbling around $420, $405, $408 all this whole month, shot up to almost $499 and 30 some odd cents. That's as close to 500, so I feel comfortable saying it shot up to 500 today. Just on the two pieces of news, just those two little pieces of news. Rumor with Berkshire Hathaway and the S&P inclusion, and no, I'm sorry, the S&P inclusion and Morgan Stanley raising their target price to $540 a share. Okay? So all of you who've been wondering, oh, is the stock ever going to go up and all this stuff, you're a long-term investor. You should not be saying things like that. I want to teach you about the attitude and the approach of long-term investing. It's okay to get excited because you're new at it. This is a one-of-a-kind stock. I'm excited. I'm just as excited as you are. But because of my experience, I'm enjoying the ride. Don't get me wrong. I am really, really enjoying this ride with you. If you're in on this stock, believe me. And I'm so happy that you're in on this. Black folks, I want to make sure that we are in on this. And that's why I'm going to keep hammering away and doing these videos. I'm going to try to spread them out. So I don't want to, and another thing I want to do, and I want to apologize to you, is the reason why I'm starting to do these videos is because I want to slow all of this stuff down. Okay? And I want to explain things to you slowly because this is new to a lot of you. I've been watching this and doing this stuff for over 15 years. So people like us who've been doing this for a while, we tend to get, we forget that people who are new at this, before you know it, we're talking so fast that you'll wind up drinking, like trying to drink out of a fire hose. The stuff is coming at you so fast you can't swallow fast enough, it'll blow your throat out, and that's what it's like when you're new. And I ask you to try to be patient with us, all of the people who've been at this for a while. It just happens. And when you get to where we are and you get experience, 5-10 years under your belt, and if you keep watching the market daily like I do, and I love it, I do it more as a hobby because I'm excited about it. I find it fascinating the way your money, if you put it in the right place, it can just grow for you, and you'll have money and you don't have to do anything. I mean, but a stock like a Tesla, you're making money every month, every 2 months, every 3 months, every quarter. Every 3 months, this stock is doing something because you're in on it at the ground level, and not the bottom level, but you're in on it at a level where a lot of the heavy hitters haven't even really got it yet. Okay, and if you've been in on it like me since June of 2019, you really ahead of the curve. These cats are just getting on board now, and this is November of 2020. They're more than a year and a half behind. So you're a year and a half ahead of them. See, they're buying the stock at over $2,500 a share. When we bought it, it was only $190 a share. And, I'll show you, later on, I'll show you my percentage growth. Okay, let's go on. And another good thing, and finally, last but not least, FUV today. Near the end of the day, boom, announcement. FUV cut a deal with the city of Orlando to do a pilot program where they're going to bring in their vehicles. They're going to make a certain number of vehicles for the city of Orlando. They have a massive order of vehicles from the city of Orlando to provide the Archimoto three-wheel electric vehicle. See? Now that Joe Biden has been confirmed as the president-elect, the EV, if everything goes like we suspect that it will, the EV revolution is going to explode. And I want to show you. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and let me bring in my slides because I want you guys to see this. This is the slide I want you to. This slide that I just went over with you is the agenda that we're going to cover right now. So I'm going to bounce back and forth between that and the other slides I have made for you here in PowerPoint. And I want you to show, want you to see what's going on here. So I'm going to start you off with this particular slide right here. This is the slide that shows you my top 7 stocks that I have in my portfolio. Okay. Above that, what I wanted you to see is that 2,894.74%. That's the total gains in my portfolio. In other words, if you have a portfolio, right, and you have $50 worth of stocks in there, every day, once you plug these things into Yahoo, as your stocks begin to grow, Yahoo will automatically calculate for you, but you have to fill in how many shares of the stocks of each particular stock you have. So what you're looking at is the total gains of all of the shares of these stocks you see there on that list. Tesla, FUV, the first 3. We're going to skip the CBDS because I haven't started investing in that one yet. But both Planet, PLNHF, and CBDS, those are 2 cannabis stocks plays. I haven't started buying shares of the CBDS, but if you notice the price of the CBDS, it's like 44 cents. So when I start buying that, I'm not going to play around. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to blast off 250 share in a pop. I'm not going to play around. So for $100, I can get 200 share of that. See? So for $200, I can get 400 share of that. So for $300, I can get 600 share of that. That's how you do it, folks. If you know that Joe Biden has just been elected president, it didn't matter. Now, this one, the cannabis play, doesn't matter. The reason why I say that is the cannabis plays are, and the reason why I decided to take the dive into starting to buy into these shares, hundreds of shares in a clip. And my goal is to get a position of these particular shares where I have anywhere from 1 to 2,000 shares of that particular stock. Why? Because the way the momentum of the legalization of medical marijuana and recreational use of marijuana is in full motion. Because when you see Republicans investing in cannabis or marijuana, you're basically, Republicans, they don't do things like that unless they know. That's how cheap they are. But John Boehner, the former Speaker of the House, has invested heavily into cannabis, marijuana stocks. So he's been around 50, 60 years in politics. He's already gotten the word that they know they're going to legalize marijuana. Why? Because you get a triple play benefit. One, once you legalize it, you can control it. And once you legalize marijuana, then that's one more drug that's not going to be being smuggled in. You have to use a lot of police and law enforcement manpower, and that's causing you to spend more taxes. And so you don't have to do that anymore. So you're saving tax money. And then 2, you can tax it once you legalize it. So that means there's not only are you not going to be spending money on it, but you're going to be gaining tax revenue because you can tax it now. You can regulate it now. You can make sure it's safe. It's like the safety of it is number 3. Okay? But the taxing of it and getting that revenue coming in and not spending revenue, you can now lower your court costs. You can lower the budgets of all these police departments on drug enforcement and all that stuff. That's one you can take off the list. And if things go right, marijuana will be taken off of the number one, off the number one list of lethal drugs. It should have never been on there because it's not a lethal drug. It's not like heroin. It's not like a lot of these opioids, which should be on the list, and they're not. People and the fentanyl and all these other things people are getting hooked on. Those are legal drugs. They're just being abused out there, but they're legal. They're not on no list. Okay, and marijuana should have never been on there. The only reason marijuana is on there because the liquor companies and the wine companies should have no problem there because their wine sales are going to go up. Most wine and marijuana usually go hand in hand. Okay, but the liquor companies, they're the ones that are scared of marijuana because people start smoking marijuana recreationally. You don't need liquor because people smoke marijuana. People drink liquor and go out and kill people on the highway. You never heard of anybody smoking marijuana and killing anybody on a head-on collision. You just never heard of it. Don't happen. Okay? So the liquor people know. So what do? They go in, they lobby the Congress to make sure they keep it on the list and they never legalize it. But that's coming to an end. Because then there's the last one, the most powerful one of all. The CBD oil as a medical marijuana is an anti-carcinogenic, folks. That means it's anti-cancer. It fights and prevents cancer. And alleviates the nausea of chemotherapy. It's over. It's over. So when if you're smart enough to do that analysis, come to the conclusion, you find the most popular cannabis play on there, and I got that from Jeremy, who does the education, the stock financial education YouTube channel. He gave me that play. My other buddy Rudy gave me the CBDS play, and these are all cannabis plays. When I got the Planet 13, right now it's $3.73 a share as of today. When I first bought into it, I believe it was like $1.40, $1.80. That's when I bought it. So it's already doubled, and I have hundreds of shares of that. So I've made over $500, $600, $700, $800 on just that one stock alone. Okay, and it hasn't even begun to take off yet. That Planet 13 is going to be the McDonald's of marijuana, recreational marijuana, and they're going to slide over, and they're going to get some of the bleed off of the CBDS because of the they have edibles that will help you deal with the nausea of chemotherapy. Okay, so they're going to get some of that. That, folks, I'm trying to tell you may not believe me, but I'm telling you, that's how this works. Okay, so that's the cannabis play. NEO, I just have it in there because China will never allow NEO to go out of business. NEO is a China-backed electric car maker, and they are doing phenomenal. They are coming out with phenomenal vehicles. When I bought NEO a while back, NEO was $18. Now it's $48 a share. And it's just getting warmed up. It's just getting warmed up, folks. Get that NEO stock, because the Chinese is the second largest population, or number one population on the planet. Okay, I want to move on, but I just want to put that bug in your ear. And the Beyond Meat below that is pretty much already taken off, but it's a one-trick pony, the Beyond Meat. I personally have not delved into it. When I first looked at it, it was $80-something a share. It has gone up significantly. It's doing very well. That's going to be another major play, but it's going to go but so high, and it's just going to level off. It's just not, it's a one-trick pony. Okay? The TLGRF, my stock I have here, when I invested in that stock, it was 44 cents a share. Just like that CBD oil you have there. It was 44 cents a share, folks. Just like that. And now it's $1.35. It almost tripled since I got in on it. And I got hundreds of shares of that. So little by little, all these things constantly going up all add up into a portfolio that's going up. You know, TLGRF dropped 9 cents, so what? It's already tripled in total price. So I made 300% on that alone. So if you add the gains of, I'm in Neo, I'm in TLGRF, I'm in Planet 13, I'm in FUV, and I'm in Tesla, in every single one of them. And FUV alone today has gone up 69%. That's over 50% gain in a single day, one day. Okay, FUV, and I got hundreds of shares of that. Now, you guys need to jump on that. That's only $16 a share. When I bought Tesla, Tesla was, when it first came out, it was as low as $18 a share, Tesla. By the time I bought it, like I said, I bought it was at $190 a share. Shot up to $2,500 a share. Now, when it was $18 a share, people out there with money bought millions of shares of Tesla. Millions. So those people are now billionaires. If you have bought Tesla, when I bought Tesla, and you bought 2,000 shares of Tesla at $190 a share, if you had that kind of money, you had $200,000 or something like that, and you put that in that Tesla, right now, when Tesla goes up to, it split 5 ways, and now they're saying it's going to go back up to $7,000 after the split. And that's going to mean that means it's going to be worth $35,000 a share. If you had put $2 million or hundreds of thousands of dollars into that stock, you would be a multi-millionaire by 2024. And I did it in 2019. If that doesn't get your attention, folks, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. Black folks, you got to get this. There's no more leaving us behind. This is not going to happen. Well, I'm going to take as many people as I can with me. Y'all do what you want to do. Okay? Now, I want to get into something here for you. Let's go back. I want to show you something here about this. Well, let's see. I can take my pick. Let me go ahead and finish off with Tesla, since it's, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because it's easier for me to do the FUV. I'll tell you what, let me go to the agenda. Let's follow the agenda. Okay, I'll go with Tesla. Okay. Tesla into the S&P 500. Okay. So let me give you this slide right here. And Tesla going into the S&P 500 is a nice story. You're going to get a nice little bump out of that. And I'm just going to talk to you about that by just simply saying that Tesla going into the S&P is significant and substantive, and would definitely give you a bump in the stock price of about maybe $30, $40, $50 a share. You'll gain on that from it going into the S&P. And the reason that'll happen is because the funds in the S&P, once any stock or company that is added to the S&P automatically have to be bought. Millions of shares have to be bought. So if Tesla is going to come in, by the way, and I have to give you this caveat right off the top, Tesla is the only company, and I told you, whenever you use that word only, that's another thing that's going to let you know that if Tesla is any company that is the only one doing what it's doing, that means it's going to be the highest price company in that particular group that it's in. And Tesla is just getting started, and it's already right between Berkshire Hathaway and I forget what other, they had a graph up here showing you where it's going to be in there. It's going to be like number 7 on the list of 500 companies, and it just came in. You got to get your head around this, folks. They just came in, and there are Number 7 out of 500 companies, folks. And they just came in. I have to repeat that because I want you to get this. Okay? I want you to get this. I'm not making this shit up. Excuse my French. I'm not making this stuff up. This is serious money-making business. And you got to get on top of this, folks. We can't get left behind. Not on this one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I'm going to get very granular, and I'm going to repeat, and I'm going to put a lot of enthusiasm and whatever I need to do to get y'all in on this. Okay? Because I don't want nobody coming back and say, why you didn't tell? I'm telling you now. I'm doing videos on this stuff and posting it to my group. Not going to post it to Facebook. This is only my group, and my people going to get this. That's how it go. And all of you, by the way, all you folks who are recommending people to come into the group, you better email me, because I'm not letting nobody in to our group that y'all don't recommend. I had a person come to me or hit me on Facebook wanting to get, no, I don't know who you are. I made that mistake one time. I let one guy in. And I'll never do it again. If y'all don't know people that you want to come in the group, I'm not letting them in. You better send me an email. You better get on that cell phone and call me and let me know who these people are. They're not getting in. That's how this gonna go. Y'all want to give them your information, whatever. Listen, I'm not trying to cut nobody out of this. If you know folks that you want to give this information to, go ahead. This is not no secret organization. But this for my family and my people. I'm talking to my people. I don't want to have to answer to no knuckleheads and people I don't know. I'm sorry. Y'all know me. I cuss. You know me. But you know where my heart is. You know where I'm at. You know how I roll. I got a track record. I got 64 years under my belt that speak loud and clear for what I do and how I roll. Okay? So, it's important that you get in touch with me and let me know, because I'm not letting nobody in without a referral from one of you. Okay? The other thing I want to talk with you about is, if you look here, you see, I'm going to pretty much wrap up on the S&P inclusion, because it is what it is. We're not going to get that big of a bump out of that. But it's going to be, but the other point I wanted to make is Tesla is so big that it's the only company that's coming in at number 1, going to the number 7 or number 8 slot out of 500. And here's another thing. Tesla is so big, the S&P managers, the people who manage the company, they had to make a special arrangement. The company is so big, it's going to suck up so much of the stock. The stock is going to be in such a high demand, they're going to have to sell off other companies that don't make the cut. So Tesla's going to push some companies out of the S&P 500 because they're so big. And because they're that big, it's going to take most companies that come in, and I have all right, and I have this. I'm gonna post it on the thing on the website I'll post it in the video when I do it. If you notice here on the very top, marked in red, and you see below that, you see 2 things. These are the days from the announcement that on average, the longest period of time from the day of announcement that they're going to be including. So they give all of the investors a heads up, letting them know that this company is going to be included in the S&P 500. So if you want to buy the stocks, go ahead and get it before the price starts to go up. Because once these funds start buying it, they're going to be buying millions and millions of shares, which is going to be billions of dollars in purchases. And it's going to boggle the financial system, and it's going to boggle the stock market itself in paper movement. All right, so they're giving you a chance. And if you notice the 2 green squares there, those are the average, those are the longest periods of days ahead of time before a company is actually brought in. And the longest period of time is 10 days. Tesla is going to be 3 times that amount, folks. 3 times the normal length of time it takes for a company to be announced and to actually be brought into the S&P 500. That's what I want to talk with you about with Tesla. 3 times the amount of time. Not 2 times, 3 times. And then they get 5 more days after that. Look at the top number. 35 days, folks. 35 days. The normal time is 10 days, and that's the maximum that any company in the history of the S&P 500 has ever been brought in to the S&P 500. Now, you want to talk about an indicator? And they're just getting in. They're just getting in, folks. I've been doing this for almost 20 years. I ain't never seen nothing like this. So when I tell you, if you can get Tesla stock anywhere less than $1,000 a share, and if you got that kind of money, serious money, you got $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in your 401k, which you should have. You should have that. That ain't no big deal. I mean, to a lot of y'all, it sound like a whole lot of money, but listen, folks, I got out in 2007, and I knew people that had 1.5 and 2 point some odd million dollars in their 401ks. That was before 2007. That was 13 years ago, folks. We ain't talking about no Oprah. We're not talking about no billionaires. We're talking about just millionaires. The lottery. People are winning $200 and $300, $100, $100 million in lottery twice a week. That's one of them. They have Mega Million and Powerball. They're making millionaires every year. Hundreds of them. So, black folks, don't be fooled. $500,000 is nice money, but it ain't nothing compared to the money that people got out there. You have no idea. Okay, so I want you to understand, when you see a company that takes 35 days to get included into a fund, S&P 500 is a bunch of funds. These are just companies that are being tracked by the S&P. And you can invest in the S&P 500 as an ETF. Okay? This is serious money, folks. This is how it looks. This is what it looks like. Okay? So, you got $300,000-$400,000. You take $100,000 of that money and you get into this Tesla. As long as it's under $1,000, and it's already split, so you kind of missed half of the takeoff. But I could show you on the calls where these people have hundreds of thousands of shares of Tesla. These people are billionaires, and I mean, you should see the list. We ain't talking about no 10 people. Hundreds of people are on this list, folks. Stephen Mark Ryan, if you look at his portfolio, he shows it to you. He's buying hundreds of shares. 50, 25, 30, 10, 5, 3. Constantly buying, never selling. Nobody sells Tesla shares. I will sell a few to buy the car. So I'm just moving my investment over from the stock over to another part of Tesla. Okay, moving right along. Okay, so I wanted you to see this slide. That was very important. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let me give you the rest of this here. Okay, I wanted to show you this slide. This is Adam Jonas, who is the person that's speaking for about he did a video interview with somebody on some show. I don't even know who the hell it was, but and I don't have a whole lot of enthusiasm for this guy Adam Jonas, because he used to badmouth Tesla for years. When I was watching this thing 3, 4, 5 years ago, he was badmouthing Tesla, this same dude. So I don't have a whole lot of, I have no love for this guy at all. But I just want to show you that how long this guy is. 3, 4 years down the road, he was badmouthing 3 years, 4 years, this guy was badmouthing Tesla. Now all of a sudden he wakes up and realizes that Tesla is more. He says that Tesla, to only value Tesla on car sales alone ignores the multiple businesses embedded within the company. Where have we heard that, family? You remember I did a slide for you. Here, let me bring this other slide for you that I did for you a while back on Tesla with Elon. Remember this slide right here, folks? How many companies do I have on that slide right there? 8 companies alone, right there. And I did this video for you guys over a month ago. But I knew about these 8 companies, and this was part of my motivation for getting you guys in on this stock. Because this moron who's saying this stuff this week, you guys, I told you guys about this last month. 8 stock, and I've been telling you about this. These 8 companies that are, these startup companies that are a part of Tesla. I've been telling you about that for months, years. I bought last year in June. These are the reasons why I bought into Tesla. 8 startup businesses on the surface. This is before they created. Is it on? Let me see. Is it on the private? Let's see. Auto trucking, full self-driving, software updates, storage and energy usage, solar and home microgrid. Okay, auto insurance, ride sharings, and EV global charging network system. And guess what's not on there? The brand new battery that they just created. And it's a manufacturing system to create the battery. That's not even on there. So I got to add 9 now. And he just came out with, oh, by the way, Tesla tequila. You got to add that on. 10. Just getting started. Just getting started, family. I want to keep it moving because this movie is getting to be a little long-winded here. Okay, so I just want to go back and show you that. Okay? All right, now let's go move on here. So the moron at and I don't mean to be insulting, but I just gotta give it to you. Both barrels. And see, that's why I'm doing this. I'm not monetizing my YouTube. That don't mean I'm gonna be cursing and carrying on. That's unprofessional. I'm not that. I'm a spiritually based person, so I'm disciplined. Not going to be getting buck wild and crazy with all this profanity like I see a lot of guys do. Which I mean, I don't hold that again. I'm not judging nobody. It's just not my style. Okay, because I want young people to be able to watch. Young kids. I'm thinking my grandson is watching this, so I'm talking to y'all. I'm talking to my grandson Isaiah. Okay, and he ain't but 16. So he goes on to say, this sparkling genius of analytical abilities, of financial analytical, and he's an auto analyst, so he only knows about autos. That's why he couldn't see none of these other companies, Tesla, tequila, and all this other stuff that they're doing. Can't see none of that. He says over here, the Internet of Cars opportunity is real, and in our opinion, what do you mean our opinion? He's speaking for the whole of Morgan Stanley now. He's an hour now. Is a prerequisite to unlock further upside to the stock. So he's using that as these are the 3 reasons why, the 4 reasons why he these 4 statements here in this slide is the reason why he's citing not 12 different, what is this? 12 different companies that he see. Oh, he added tequila in there. Look at that. Ooh-wee. He even added the shorts that I showed you folks. Now, I wouldn't even be silly enough to add something like that. That's, the shorts is like a novelty. It's just, and guess who he made the shorts for? Adam Jonas. He was one of the guys that was shorting Tesla. So Adam Jonas, when he made these things, Adam Jonas was one of the guys. He had 2 or 3 real ball-busting analysts who they were assassinating the character of Tesla at every turn because they were heavily and are heavily invested in oil vulture capitalist companies like Exxon Mobil and BP and all of these blood-sucking vultures that have been milking you for over 100 years with these filthy, raggedy, tired, low-down, pre-designed to fail cars just to get money out of you. They don't give a damn about you. And Morgan Stanley and all these people were invested in these companies for over 100 years. Selling you gasoline, selling you cars that drink more gas than they get you down the road, sucking you dry of every bit of your money that could have been spent on your kids' college funds and stuff like that and your health care. These blood-sucking maggots were taking your money and making you spend it on transmissions and engines with belts. And I know because I was a mechanic for 17 years in the military. Okay? Cut my teeth on mechanics fixing these damn vehicles. Of these filthy things. I worked on my own car for years. My son right now is working on his own car because he's seen me doing it. Okay? So I'm telling you from experience. I used to be one of the guys and I was ashamed because I knew that it was terrible. Gotta be a better way. But they didn't want to make it better for you because they couldn't suck that money out of you. It's like what they did with the cigarettes. They knew it was causing cancer. And the medical industry and the pharmaceutical industry was in on it with them. Why? Because they knew they could give you cancer, make money on the body bags and the coffins and everything they sell you after they murder your behind with cancer, the cigarettes that they knew was causing cancer. They were making breaks with asbestos that they knew was causing cancer. See, folks, I'm telling you, the reason why I'm the way I am is because I know too much. And the more you know, the more diabolical you can see how low down these vulture capitalists are. There's some low down dogs, and they're in that Republican Party. By the way, I hate to get political, but I'm not cutting no goddamn corners. Excuse my French there. I'm not cutting no corners for nobody. This stuff has got to stop. There is no such thing as both parties. No such thing as that. Stop that. That filthy Confederate Republican Party is the only party doing this kind of vicious killing and murdering of people just to make a few dollars. They don't care about you. And I do. And I'm going to put it to an end and I'm going to give it to you both barrels. And you may not like my enthusiasm, what I'm telling you, but listen. Sometimes you got to be snapped out of it. You need a sudden natural adjustment in your perspective on dealing with politics. Snap. You got to be woken up. You got to be woken up. You folks are in a fairy tale and in a dream world. And I don't want to get into what else is behind that. Y'all know about my other stuff on my other channel. But I'm not going to do that here. We're talking finance. This is relative to finance. These bloodsuckers, and that's why you got to make sure you don't ever, you find out what ETFs your 401k money is in, you should take all that money out and put it into this Tesla stuff anyway. You shouldn't have no money and no ETFs and all that stupid stuff in them 401ks. You ain't going to never make no decent money. That list that I got up there, I guarantee you're going to make money. Guaranteed. Because you are investing in the future. Not today, not yesterday, the future. That's where the money is. Always. The money has always been in the stock market in the future. forecasting. That's what these morons like Adam Jonas, that's what they hired him to do. But they only know what they were taught. It's not his fault he's a moron. He's that's where they were taught. Okay? So now, anyway, so he's just discovering these 12 companies that Tesla is involved with. So he made these 3 statements, and the last one he says that the reason why he's upping his price to $540 a share is because Tesla is on the verge of a profound model shift from selling cars to generating high margin recurring software and services revenue. He says they are on the verge. See? He says Tesla is on the verge. What do you mean on the verge? That verge has happened almost 2-3 years ago. This ain't no verge. He's on the verge of discovering that Tesla has already done that by generating high margin recurring software and services. Tesla semi tractor trailer, Tesla Cybertruck, bulletproof with what they call steel glass that won't break. You can hit bowling balls into the glass and it won't break. He says they're on the verge of doing that. What does he mean, verge? That shows you how far behind he is. This ain't no verge. They ain't on no verge of doing it. They've already done it. It's over. All they have to do is you seen the Cybertruck? Bulletproof. They were shooting bullets at the thing. And it's not that the bullets didn't dent the truck. It didn't go through. The glass was never supposed to be bulletproof. The glass was never supposed to be bulletproof. And it's not bulletproof. It's bullet resistant, the body. 9mm bullets don't go through. Police forces can buy that vehicle off the line. And it's bullet resistance. No other truck in manufacturing, they haven't even pretended that they can do it. Not the Hummer coming out, the Rivian that's coming out. Beautiful car, by the way, the Rivian. I love the Rivian, beautiful car. Always have loved it. Okay? And at least it's real. That Badger that Nikola talking about coming out with, that they're supposed to have state-of-the-art hydrogen power, which hydrogen power in and of itself is garbage. And it will never fly because it's no different than pumping oil, because you need natural gas in order to make hydrogen. Somewhere in the process, you have to use an oil or natural gas or ExxonMobil product. That's why they're pushing. And GM is sucker enough to be the fools to be used to run that con job on people. And that's why the CEO of GM just sold half of her 2 million shares of stocks. Half of it she sold. The CEO of GM is hatting up, packing her bags and getting ready to get in the wind. Because they know now that filthy thing in DC lost, you can forget about GM and all of these ICE, internal combustion engine manufacturers. They call them OEMs, original equipment manufacturers. Goodbye. They're going to go out of business. And GM is talking about coming out with a whole bunch of electric cars. They're talking about hybrids. Half gas with more parts and things that you're going to have to fix. And as soon as the women get wise to Tesla and it has zero maintenance, near zero maintenance, coming out with a Cybertruck, bulletproof for $40,000. And the Rivian is almost $120 some odd $1,000 car on the highest end. The highest end of a Tesla is $75,000. The highest two-motor tri-motor, whatever the hell they come out with Tesla, most it's going to cost you is $75,000, $80,000 after all the smoke clears. That Rivian, that's going to be a $125,000 car. The Hummer that GM is coming out with, please, you don't even want me to start pricing giving you prices on that. Go look at my man Jonathan Stewart from Cleaner Watt. He's done the comparisons for you. You don't even have to reinvent that wheel. Okay, so there you have it. That's the in and outs of this Adam Jonas, Morgan Stanley crap. But they're basically, it's good to know because now you understand he's raised his price target to $540, and as a close of business today, Tesla already hit $500 a share. Okay, so that's it for that. I ain't gonna waste no more time with that nonsense. Okay, the other thing is full self-driving Pilot came out today. We did the thing, okay, yeah, full self-driving Pilot came out today, folks. And Tesla, Elon Musk already said that he's going to put out another tranche of he's going to send it out over the air to another batch of full self-driving cars, that people who bought the full self-driving package, these folks are already going to get it, folks. And this ain't no jive GM consumer-backed lie talking about you can't go bump and this car is going to take you from highway entrance to highway exit and you never have to touch the wheel. That's the ultimate goal when it's working like it's supposed to work. Okay, GM's, that autopilot crap that they got, what they call the name of that fancy name, I don't care what they call it, it's nothing but a con job. And I love GM. I got to tell you, it breaks my heart to talk about GM like this. They have really broken my heart, GM. That's why I'm so frustrated and angry with them, because I have put so much energy into, and I love GM cars. I just have always loved them. But since George Bush, I don't know what happened to GM. The quality has fallen off so bad. I have an aunt who bought, and a cousin who bought that LaCrosse. Oh my God, they had the car for 4 or 5 years. I bought a Toyota Lexus. I still have the car. 21 years ago, I bought this car. My mother bought one 21 years ago, folks, and we still have the cars. My cousin just bought these LaCrosses 4 or 5 years ago. And the cars, both of them got rid. One of them got rid of them. My other cousin, she just lets it sit in her driveway. She barely drives. The air conditioning don't work. The windows don't work. This don't work. That don't work. 4 or 5 years, 6 years. Car's a piece of junk. And right next to them, they got a Ford F-150, supposed to be the best pickup truck in the world. My cousin, it's something, I forget what she said. The air conditioner barely works. Something else don't work. Radio, something. It's just all kinds of crap don't work on these American-made cars. Okay, I'm very disappointed in GM though. I got to tell you, personally, that's my little rant on that. I'm very disappointed in them. Okay, so when you see a CEO sell half of her 2 million shares of stocks, that's a bad sign, folks. GM is on its way down. Then you see them bellying up and locking elbows with another con man like Trevor, whatever his name is. I don't know that dude. Some dude getting trucks and rolling it down the hills and supposed to have state-of-the-art or hydrogen technology. And then when they finally started asking them what's going on, oh, we don't have it. No, we're going to use GM stuff. But wait a minute, you're supposed to have state-of-the-art. You promoted your vehicles and your company to stockholders that you had state-of-the-art, unique, isolated only for you. And then you say, oh, by the way, we were just joking. No, we're going to use GMs. Oh, by the way, where's the Badger? Have you made it? No, we don't have it yet. Where's your factory? We're building it. We go out and we take pictures of your factory and all we see is an empty lot. That's a con job. Oh, you wait till they get to Trevor Milton. Oh, they going, folks, keep your ears open. Guarantee he going to be right with Trump. They're going down. Because these young people, the forward motion of America. We have been bogged down with these Confederates and this Republican Party. We have been bogged down with them since George Bush and Ronald Reagan. They have kept this country backwards because they have decided that if they can't or they can't run it the way they want, like a criminal enterprise, they'll destroy their whole country. And we ain't gonna let that go down. We're gonna put them back under the rock that they slithered out from under. The days are over. The awakening has begun. We're gonna make money. We're going to educate our children. We're going to get state-of-the-art cars. We're going to get back into the space race, and we're going to go to Mars. I was hesitant to get with Elon Musk, and I will never go to Mars because I believe that this planet is where my body type exists best. So I wouldn't mind taking a ride up into outer space and go look, see the moon over there, and then bring my fanny back down here on this planet. But you know what? I respect Elon Musk for having the vision. What he's doing with Neuralink and linking us up with this technology so that we'll be able to deal with the AI toe-to-toe with AI. AI is not going to be able to get over on us. That's what Elon's doing for y'all folks. Look at the stuff that I put on that slide before. Elon Musk is light years ahead of all of these folks. That's why I'm telling you, get in on this Tesla. Get in on any company that you see Elon Musk is behind. Get in on it early, and I guarantee you'll be a multi-millionaire. You'll be able to leave your children an estate that's going to leave them. Hopefully you will breathe some kind of spirituality into your children, because this is just money, folks. Don't get fooled. Don't misinterpret what I'm doing here. This money is like a hammer. It's a tool that you use to build houses and build things for your children and for your family, to get your family secure. So you don't have to suck up to anybody, because you will be free to say, I don't want to be a part of whatever y'all are doing. And you'll be able to stand alone and make money and get your money to make money for you. Don't just stop with getting money off this stock. Get into day trading. Put aside 10% of your gains and start day trading your money and make money weekly. Get on this computer right here. Get into day trading. Go to vectorvest.com. They will give you the portfolio, the 10 stocks. You put your money in there and you work that stock. You work that stock for a week, and every week you peel yourself out $5,000-$10,000 a week. Okay? And while your big money, your 90% of your money is growing long term with Tesla, FUV, Planet 13. See, that's how you do it, folks. The cannabis plays. And those things will be making hundreds of thousands of dollars every 3 months. Then you roll some of that into Verizon. Verizon will pay you a dividend every 3 months for every share of stock you got. They will pay you a dividend every 3 months if it's a quarterly dividend. You got to do your homework. Find out, is it quarterly dividend or it is an annual dividend? You want to do some annual, do some quarterly. You got so much money now, you let that money make money for you passively while you ain't doing. You sleeping, you making money. This thing here with the day trading, you go in there and every week you can pull out $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 because you got about $150,000, $200,000 working in the market for you. It ain't nothing to peel off $3,000, $4,000 a week when you got $100,000, $200,000 working for you. VectorVest tells you when to get in and when to get out. Now that I would go to VectorVest for day trading. That I would trust for that. Okay? So that's 2 sources of money right there. That's 2 sources of money right there. Get yourself a couple of Teslas. That's what I'm going to do. Get myself a couple of Teslas. When that full self-driving goes live at the end of 2021, I'm going to have me a Tesla. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm going to get me 2. I'm going to get a Cybertruck and I'm going to get a Model Y. And I'm going to put them suckers out there and let them make money. If I got to get in there and drive it, I'll do it because I love driving anyway. I'm down here in Florida. I could drive down here. No problem. If I did it in New York, I certainly can do it down here. I'll drive one and let the other one go out automatic on full self-driving. Let it go pick people up and make money. Another source of income. Okay? Folks, you got all kinds of avenues of income you can make money here. And there's no reason why we can't get in on this stuff. And I want to make sure you don't get left behind. Okay. I told you about the FUB stock and that it doubled. And they're going to do a whole joint thing with Orlando. And there's really not much more I can say about that. But what I can tell you about FUV, the other caveat, and I mentioned it in my other movies, and this is the last thing I'm going to do. I'm going to let you go. FUV is Archimoto. Archimoto is just getting started this year, 2020, just getting started. They sent a couple of them over here to Key West, and the people loved them. They just came out with another little Roadster, which is another product version of it that they're coming out with. He's working with Sandy Monroe. He's just got another tranche of $17 million of cash in it to fund his business and grow his business. Okay, and he's also talking with Elon to get Elon to, and Tesla to supply his batteries so he can have more potent batteries. Okay, to go into these vehicles so they can go longer range. And if he does, if he's smart, he'll make a deal with Tesla to be able to tap into Tesla's charging system. If he's really smart, that's what I would do. Get in on that. So if I'm gonna buy it, that would incentivize Tesla now to provide batteries for me, even though Tesla's not doing that yet. But I'm sure they would consider it. Okay, so that's where the future of FUV is going, folks. And here's the crown. This is not the crown. This is actually the body of where getting Tesla to make the battery for them, joining the Tesla charging system is phenomenal. But that's the icing. The cake for FUV is in two places. In America and United States and parts of Europe, but primarily Europe heavy. Because any place that's small, crowded, that's FUV turf. Big city, New York City, Chinatown, that's FUV turf. Delivery in New York City, Midtown, downtown, that's FUV turf. And here's the big elephant in the room. India. And remember this day that I told you, folks. Today is November 19th. We crossed into the 20th. It's after 12. Into November 20th, 2020. And I'm going to try to get a word to this guy that's doing the FUV, Mark Meyer. That's his name. He's got a Swedish name and whatnot. So these are good people. I'm going to try to get a word to him to get to India. The day you hear the FUV goes to India, it's game over, folks. It's going to be game over. If FUV gets into 1.2 billion people in India, and if they mess around and get abducted into China on top of that, folks, and that stock is $16 a share. And it just went up to $8 a share not too long ago. When I bought it, it was $3 or $4 a share. And I'm telling you, don't sleep on this. My two top stocks is Tesla and FUV, Archimoto. Don't sleep on this, folks. You will be kicking yourself 10 years from now. And I've been watching Archimoto since I got out in 2007. That's 13 years. 15 years I've been following Archimoto. When I first wanted my Archimoto, it cost $12,000. Now it's gone up to $25,000 to get it fully equipped. That's if you want to get the Deliverator and all this stuff. I'm not getting none. I just want a regular Archimoto. Mine will probably cost about $18,000. $18,000? India? Are you kidding me? Oh. Folks, okay. There you have it. Okay, I've driven. I can't get this to you any. I don't want to waste any more of your time, but I just wanted you to know that it's very important that you go ahead and get it together on. And I'm sorry, I'm making you kind of drink through a fire hose again, but I have to drill these points in. I'm sorry, I got a little political on you. I didn't really want to do that, but it's very important that I get you to understand that you gotta get in on this, folks. And that's why I'm not doing too many of these movies, because I don't want to hit you with too much. I don't want to make you drink from a fire hose, and that's why I haven't given you any more movies of my buddy the young cat Galileo from Hyperchain, because it's just a bit too much. It's a bit too much, and he's moving so fast. I know most of you are not even getting this stuff anyway. So that's why I started doing it. So I'm trying to repeat a lot and give it to you slow, and make sure that I try to cover all the little nuances about the financials and my strategies as to why I'm approaching and why I make the decisions I'm making. And that's why I give you Stephen Mark Ryan, because he doesn't make you drink from a fire hose. He talks to you very slowly. And I'm trying not to give you too much Rob Mauer either, because he makes you drink from a numbers fire hose, and he blasts you with a whole bunch of numbers that are really kind of overwhelming. And I don't want to do that to you. I just want you to understand, a lot of you have jobs, you have kids, you have college funds you got to worry about. I understand. Believe me, I get it. I get it. But I want you to take those 401ks, and I want you to position yourselves in a place where when you leave your job within the next 5 or 10 years, if you've been working for the last 20 years or the last 10 years or the last 15 years, and you've developed a 401k, I'm telling you, call the people up at fidelity.com and go over there and talk to them and do a rollover and get in on this Tesla stock. Let them roll you into a Roth IRA, which my cousin who's the president of my family reunion, can't think of his name right now. I don't know why I'm having a brain lock on these people. It's crazy. But he brought up the Roth IRA, which is very true. And then you get, and for those of you who are already retired and you no longer have payroll income coming in, you can get a retail brokerage account and let VectorVest guide you and teach you. But that's why I'm providing you with this. I've done the VectorVest. Okay, I've done all of that homework already. Why reinvent the wheel? You're my family. I'm not going to get you into stuff and put myself in the stuff where I'm going to lose money. Them days are over. Okay? So now I'm telling you, get in on this now. Get in on the FUV. Get in on the Tesla. I show you the list of my top 7 stocks. Take your pick. There's a price range in there for everybody. You all guys can start buying into positions and get yourself hundreds and thousands of shares of these things where you can afford it, and just sit back and wait 5-10 years. The top 3, I guarantee you, are going to explode. They're going to explode beyond anything you have ever seen in your life before, because none of this stuff has ever happened. Electrification and energy usage is the new kid on the block. It is not widespread, and the only reason you haven't gotten it sooner is because these blood-sucking vulture oil companies are doing everything in their power to make sure they keep you hooked on that oil, so they can drain you of the last few pennies of your income, because they don't give a kitty about you. Okay, I do. I care. Okay, I'm gonna make sure they don't get to use you no more. All right, family. I hope it's been informative. Okay. I hope I haven't been too enthusiastic. I hope I haven't turned you off. If I have, I apologize in advance. But I want you to take advantage of this, and let's make some money here, family. Black folks who can't be left behind no more. All right. One love, and I'll see you in the next movie.